What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome if it's your first time here. You know, most of you all probably already know this by now. Some of you might not, or some of you might be not wanting to face reality. But the truth of the matter is, the United States, and actually the world, is in a very dangerous, volatile state right now. We have, here in the United States, for example, we have a communist federal government. Our federal government has been taken over by communists. Communists who will do whatever they have to do to retain power, to gain more power, and to implement their communist agenda in the United States. We also have powerful globalists who want to dominate the world for their own wealth and their own power and their own amusement. We also have, the communist Chinese government who would like to also control the world. Now, some of these entities are interlocked together and working together to do this. However, I'm separating each right now. The Chinese Communist government would love to occupy the United States of America because they would love to have our resources, our land, our farmland, our rivers, our resources, our infrastructure. And I said in the video here a couple of weeks ago that they wasn't going to be invading the United States mainland in the next 3 months. There was someone, I forgot the guy's name now, who came out and said that he's predicted an invasion from the Chinese military, a land invasion in the United States in the next 3 months. I don't see that in the next 3 months. However, I do see that happening sometime in the near future if they can weaken the United States down enough to where they know that their attack is going to be successful. We have all kinds of things going on right now. We have this thing going on. We have this thing going on that you can't mention on YouTube. We have all kinds of things going on right now, and it's all working together to weaken the United States and to take over the United States of America and implement a completely different form of government that will be essentially communism on steroids. And I make a lot of videos on this channel talking about things to do, like food stores and things like that, and talk about how to do that. However, it's very important also to consider things to never do. And this video is going to be about 3 things to never do. Guys, the first thing to never do is to never be disarmed. We hear all kinds of talk about forced gun buybacks, mandatory gun buybacks, about gun bans, about magazine bans, about all kinds of different laws, bills, and things like that they're talking about. They would love to pass through. And I'm here to tell you, never let them disarm you. Never let them take your firearms. Never be disarmed, no matter what. Because once you do, you are completely defenseless. You are completely unable to defend your home, defend your property, defend your life, to defend your family. So never ever let them take your firearms, and never ever be disarmed. You need to also try to think of how you can become even better armed, how you can become even better prepared. Talking about training, talking about more ammunition, more magazines, more firearms. Go all out in this day that we're in, because we're facing huge threats from all sides. And with what's coming, you do not want to be disarmed. And number 2, never, ever, whatsoever, get on the bus. Meaning, never let yourself be taken to a FEMA camp or any type of center where they offer to help, where you also lose control of your body, of yourself, of your comings and goings, of everything that you own. You simply become a prisoner in that camp. So never, ever get on the bus, never ever go to a FEMA camp. That's why it's important to be prepared. Because if you are prepared sufficiently, then you'll have no need to go to a FEMA camp. And that's the bait, that's the carrot that they will use to get you there, is they will know people are hungry, people are starving. They will offer to feed you, protect you, house you, give you medical care. But you have to give up all of your sovereignty, all of your rights, your property. You have to give up the ability to come and go as you please. You're going to a prison to be taken care of. And we know how that goes. They lure you in with the carrot, and they keep you there with the stick. So never ever whatsoever allow yourself to get on the bus and be taken off to the camps. We saw this happen in history, multiple times in history, or the equivalent of getting on the bus, and we see what happened in those circumstances. So guys, number one, never ever be disarmed, and number two, never ever get on the bus. And number three, never ever whatsoever allow yourself to become a refugee. There's lots of talk in the prepper community of bugging out to the woods to live, bugging out to run off to save yourself from whatever's coming. That is essentially willfully becoming a refugee, and that's why I don't recommend it at all. You need to have plans, you need to have backup plans. Where your home should be made into your ark. You should have everything there to survive for a long period of time, everything there to defend yourself where you are. Your food storage, your chickens, your rabbits, your bees, your goats, whatever you like to raise and whatever you have room to actually take care of and raise on your property. Your gardens put in, your greenhouses put in, your solar put in. Do everything you can on your property where you are, or if you're not in a good location, get away from that location as quickly as possible. Go to a better location and put in the infrastructure as much as you can while you still can. But never allow yourself to become a refugee. You want to have an ark built, a place to call your safe haven. Now something could happen where you have to actually leave. Things do happen. You need to be prepared for that. However, you don't need to be heading out willy-nilly with no direction, no place to go. You need to have a backup plan to your ark. If something happens to your ark, your home base, your retreat, and you have to leave for whatever reason, that should be your last resort. But if you have to leave, things do happen. You need to have a backup plan, have a place to go, have that already pre-arranged, have it pre-set up and pre-ready to go. It might not even have to be another property that you own. It can be a cave that you found or something like that, where you know the location, you know the area. You've already pre-positioned supplies in the area in secret locations where no one else can find them. Think underground in cash tubes and things. But you still are not becoming a refugee. You have a place picked out to go. You have supplies pre-positioned in that location. But you never want to become a refugee where you throw in a backpack and go wandering around in the woods with no place to go. Always have your ark, and always have at least one backup in case you lose your ark and have to jump off and swim to some other location. If your ark is sinking, then you need to be able to jump out of the ark and swim to another location, a predetermined location for survival. But anyways, guys, there's 3 things to never do. You know, I talk about a lot of things to do, and there's a few things in this video to do. However, to do. But anyways, 3 things to never ever whatsoever do. Never allow yourself to be disarmed, never get on the bus, and never become a refugee. If you enjoyed the video and found it useful, give it a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. Then go right over here and watch this next video. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'm going to create more. I'm out of here, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully.